It's crap contents. It's crap contents. It's crap content. Welcome to crap content. Back in the 90s, if you wanted to see about games or hear about games, you'd have to buy a magazine, like Amiga Power. And on these magazines, you'd get a disc, which was free with a magazine. Crazy. And on this disc, you'd get something called public domain games, which would be like games that sort of bedroom coders made, for free. I'm going to go through some of the best ones that I like, compare them with some of the arcade games that probably inspired them. Let's start off with this one, and Croak. And let's start it off with Croak. So Croak is basically a Frogger clone. They can play two-player on, which me and my brother used to play quite a lot. But it's really pretty cool. It gets relatively harder as you carry on, just like Frogger. It basically is Frogger. But it's got this cool thing where you get run over it, you get little splat marks and things. So yeah, I really like playing Croak. It's not a bad game at all. Uh-oh. Boing, boing. And you just end up saying boing, boing, boing. And let's see how it compares to Frogger, the arcade game. So as you can see, Croak looks a little bit better, I'd say. And you can definitely see that it's a Frogger clone. And next up is this game, which is similar to the Scramble game, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's load it up. Here we go. It's got some really cool music to it. It plays really well. Let's go.
Get ready.
So it's basically this, but I used to play this quite a lot because I really like this type of game. But this one gets really difficult really quickly. With each noise it makes, you get further on. Not a bad public domain game at all. And one that, like I said, I played a lot back in the day. So let's see how it stacks up to the arcade version. So yeah, the game's not too bad when you look at it. To say this is what's inspired it, I don't think it plays too bad. Obviously, it's not as good as the arcade, but for something that was free on a magazine, it's pretty cool. And that was on this one, Arcade Classics, Amiga Power Best of PD Disc, number 10. Each game's pretty good, to be honest with you, but that's my favourite. Next game I'm going to show is Atom Smasher. It was on quite a few different ones. Like, it's on 22 Amiga Power and this 34 on the Amiga Power. Loading and decrunching. 90s style. Boom. And so here we are, Atom Smasher. And on this one, it's basically like a Pengo type game, where you go around having to kill things by doing stuff like that. But it's got great sound effects, plays really well. I do look, it's got Madonna on it. What more do you want? Oh shit. These bloody lemon ones though. Oh, you've got to watch out when they explode. And that's that. Let's try Pengo. Which is, obviously, it's based upon Atom Smasher, but again, this game's pretty cool. I think there's room for both games in my collection, if I'm honest with you. They play slightly different to each other, but I still think there's room for both in this kind of thing. Listen to them tunes. This game was really well made. Let's go. And as you can see, it's basically like a Pang type game, but a little bit better. You're blowing these asteroids up. Like I said, it's basically like a Pang game. And the last one, let's try Pang, which is obviously they're both similar to each other. The kind of thing. Pang's is a bit different. Again, I think there's room for having both in your collections, as they both play really good. I do love Pang. It's quite a game that I can get addicted to quite easily. So we used to call this game Splat, and it's just basically, you know, a moving counters game. The winners have got the most counters at the end, and obviously, you know, you've got to protect your counters while, you know, getting their counters. It plays a really good game, the computer. I really do play this quite a bit. I love this game. And that's gotta be it. Game over. Game over, board's full. And red is the winner. Boom. And this is Archetype. Written in Amos. Pretty cool game, actually. Do really like this one. But it's rock hard as well. There's a bit of a story to it. Let's rock. Let's rock. You have to go pick up a boulder, drop it on the orcs, and then splatter in. Sometimes it's just gonna be like, wow. It's seriously difficult. This one's on the Amiga the One, and it's Premier Pigs. It's a bit of a strange game because I'm not normally into football or anything. But this game, I don't mind at all. So, it's a football game. You can pick your team who you want to be. Me, I don't care. Again, doesn't make no odds to me. And then it shows you some of the games and who scores what. And then this is it. This is our game. So it's going to pick. There you go. So it's basically just the like whole card game. Nice, there you go. Quick penalty. They've got to find a card quick. No, they missed it. That's first off done. It's my go now. I fouled. Right, let's go. And I gotta go. Go! And so that was some of the games, public domain games that I like playing better than the original games. And so, just showing you some of the comparisons and stuff. So, as I carry on playing a little bit of World War I football with an hand grenade, enjoy your Saturdays and have a good day. This has been Crab Content, playing on a real Amiga with a Master System, a Mega Drive controller. Thanks for watching. It's Crab Contents. It's Crab Contents.